NFT show in the god dang world. I'm not going to swear here today on NFT Live, but we are going to bring you the latest from around the NFT industry, around the metaverse, as they say. I'm sitting here with my man Ronan the Collector. I have Buffalo in the background making everything happen as we see comments come up on the screen. But Ronan, how are you doing before we get to Buffalo really quick? What's going on this Wednesday?
Not much, man. I'm doing excellent. It's definitely usual week here in LADZ City. Lots going on in NFT land. We've got a lot coming for you guys. We got some excellent announcements about, some surprises for the nomads that we've got coming your way. Outside of that, dude, I think that, a lot of people understand that, NFTs are blowing up and they're continue to grow, and we're seeing a lot of new, faces like Paris Hilton, right? And so it's definitely one of those things where, hey, moon's the limit.
I know exactly what is happening with Ronan right now. He is having some of that feedback. He guaranteed he put it in and just heard himself twice. But anyways, we are going to continue here with the episode. We do have some giveaways to get to. As Ronan alluded to, we've got some CryptoWriter drops we're going to give to you. We're going to announce the Drippies collab here. I know Florian kind of front ran us, and I love it. I love his enthusiasm, his energy, his marketing. But we will get you more details here in a second. I am going to bring Buffalo in. He's behind the scenes. He's going to work some audio today for us. So what's going on, Buff?
Oh, man, what is not going on? Ronan, if you're having double feedback, it might be from your screen share not being muted on that tab. You probably figured it out. My man's a veteran at this point. Shout out to all the lads. We've got some new nobles coming in here. If you guys are brand new to this space and you want to know where we go after the show, well, it's real easy. Just go to your browser and type in LADZ.city. You can come on into our city. That's where we hang out. It's a lot of fun. And some would say...
That's hot.
That's hot. She's ready to go today, looking at herself. How vain. All right, I'll let you guys take it from here.
Awesome, man. All right, so this is what we got for today's episode. Again, we're going to touch on that LADZ Drippie collab. We do have Paris Hilton to talk about. Listen, Lindsay Lohan versus Paris Hilton, you know who I'm taking, but we will hit on Paris Hilton because Whaleshark is giving her some love, helping her through this process. And I know she's kind of, the debate is out there whether she's an OG or not, but she is doing it the right way by all means and predictions. So we do have Paris Hilton there. We have New York Stock Exchange listing NFTs. We got Artvatars. That sale went on earlier today. Christies is committing to NFTs. We've got Mist on Binance Smart Chain, NFT gaming there. MLB on Wax. Sandbox raking in the cash still. Sandbox is going to be the biggest project in the world, or they're going to have a lot of issues because they're raising a ton of money. A lot of people have land, so we're waiting for Sandbox to kind of launch fully, that Series 0. And then we have Cryptovoxels launching some land pieces too. So kind of a packed episode here on NFT Live. Obviously, it's been packed every single week that we've been giving you NFT Live. I think there were a couple weeks in the beginning where it was like, all right, one thing's happening this week, 2 weeks happening, 2 things are happening this week. But right now it's just absolutely bananas when it comes to the industry. So we're going to do our best to take you around it. If you do have any comments as it's related to a story that we're not covering, please definitely leave it in the chat there. Otherwise, do you want to hit this giveaway here before we start this episode, Ronan? You got a lot of work with the CryptoFinny team, although they kind of slighted you. What happened? Give me a little info there before we drop it in.
That was behind the scenes conversation, man.
Oh.
Yeah. So we do have CryptoFinny. Obviously, I know a lot of people have heard about that project. CryptoFinny is basically a project that CryptoWriter is launching. CryptoWriter is a kind of like a group that I was writing for on voice.com, right? Super cool platform. And I think that unfortunately it's not really going the way that everybody thought it was going. So CryptoWriter is actually broken off and they're kind of doing their own thing. And I love to see it because these guys are absolutely talented. Sean and his partner over there I always forget, it's Kenny, are doing amazing work. I had some early meetings about this idea, and to see like where it's come and how far it's come since like we originally spoke about it is super exciting. It's exactly why I love this space so much. So for anyone out there who has heard about CryptoFinny and who is interested in CryptoFinny, here's the down low. CryptoFinny is basically a NFT project. Essentially, the way it works is they have distributed 5,000 CryptoFinny coins, right? So you've got these coins. These coins live on Wax, and then there's 5,000 that also live on the EOS blockchain. And essentially what you do is one finny is going to equal one, or one finny coin equals one crypto finny. And now beyond that, they've got some burn mechanics. Those burn mechanics come into play essentially once you create finnies. Then once you create the finnies, you then go to like the burn mechanic. You're able to burn, I believe it's 3 crypto finnies to create what they call a chestahedron finny, right? Those finnies are really cool. We can go back here and check those out from when they announced them. Here they are. Here are the burn mechanics. So that's a chestahedron finny. This is one of the special Bitcoin finnies. So essentially the way that this works is you're going to have each finny, each coin equals one of these finnies. Burn 3, you get a chestahedron. Burn 2 chestahedrons, and you're going to get a miner. All right. So what does that mean? That means that it takes 6 base crypto finnies, which means you need 6 coins. So where's the giveaway? The giveaway is that the guys over at CryptoWriter have hooked it up, and we're going to be dropping 6 crypto finny coins to every single noble that is currently on our Discord. So if we happen to have any left over after the sign up is complete, then we'll distribute those to the rest of the community during probably Friday's show. But outside of that, basically what we're going to do is we're going to post up a Google document sign up sheet to the Noble chat. Nobles will have 24 hours to sign up, get their information in there so we can send them their 6 crypto finny coins. And then you guys are going to be able to be ready for Tuesday's burning event, which is, I think it's set for like right in the middle of the day. I don't know exact time, but that means that every noble is going to get a top level crypto finny chestahedron, right? So that's the dab for you guys, okay?
That's the first time dab I've ever seen Ronan do on screen. Buff, do me a favor, smash the face on the keyboard when it comes to all of the things that you have keyed up. Give me Paris Hilton, give me Rob Gronkowski, give me anything, because this is boom. I need all of it.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
How dare you?
Love it.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Guys, these are retailing at $20. So basically you guys all got $120 drops here with these Finny coins. We will, like I said, get the application out, but a lot of people asking, why do I want to rank up to a noble? Why do I want to do this? Do that with as it relates to LADZ City. This is one of the things we'll be doing, and this is on a weekly basis, a bi-weekly basis. We're doing a lot of these, man. With the reach that we have with the channel, we're able to lock down some of these deals. So nobles, thank you so much for the support. Miners, you guys are in that noble category as well, so you are part of that group that is getting these drops. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So Buff, I'm going to show you something on my screen really quick. These are the Genesis Finny coins. You guys again will have to fill out that application, but we will send these out to your Wax addresses all in one go once we have everybody, and you guys will be able to use that in that platform like Ronan just said. So awesome stuff. I'm glad we can give that to you. Go ahead. I
was saying, for context, anyone who's not very good at math like I am, I did it before the show. That's $4,000 worth of NFTs that are going to be given out to our noble tier followers, and we appreciate you guys so much. And this is exactly the type of value that we want to continue to drop into your wallets as we continue to grow, as we continue to build out our NFT experiences, and as we continue to network and create these relationships where hey, they show some love to the lads because the lads show love during the sales, right? So like it's this amazing secular ecosystem where everybody gets to win. So big ups to you guys. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate every single one of the nobles. I appreciate everyone in the community. But for the nobles to reach that top level and show that top level of support, here's your reward, just one of many that we have coming, and we hope you guys are hype on that.
Absolutely, man. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to start to move on here. We have the schedule for the week. We are on NFT Live right now. We pushed it a little bit back so we could get our producer who makes this show way better here behind the scenes. Cryptovoxels is absolutely killing it here. So NFT Live is coming to you right now. We've got Easy Street on Thursday at this allotted time. LADZ City Radio, NFT Arcade, and NFT Live will be on. I couldn't fit everything on Friday. Everyone was asking, well, what about NFT Live? What about poker? I couldn't fit it all. So we do have a LADZ City Radio, NFT Arcade, LADZ, not series of poker, but LADZ poker that's open for all individuals is going to be on Friday. And then we also have that second episode of NFT Live. So a packed Friday, that's LADZ Day. Shout out to my man Buff behind the scenes for getting that ready. And then we have LADZ Series of Poker, which by all accounts did awesome over the weekend. We had a lot of guys rank up to Guardian. Shout out to XPlow. He's doing a great job. I know he's putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to make that happen for you guys. So hopefully we can continue bringing you guys the awesome content, the fire events, everything we're trying to do within LADZ City. You guys can kind of see played out over the course of the past month, 2 months here. We've really been kind of digging in deep and hopefully providing some value to you guys. So shout out to the entirety of LADZ City.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so very much. And actually, it's probably a good time to go ahead and shout out some people in chat, man. Thank you guys for everyone who's been here since the beginning. Obviously, Tigbo, Flint, Loadmaster, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for the army for always showing up. Dynamo, Hash Rhymes, I already said that one. Sunrise to Sunset, and everyone else who is joining in. We appreciate you guys so much. Marty, Scott, Crypto Stamina, thank you guys for being here and joining us for the show today.
Awesome. Loadmaster flew in from Alien World or wherever he was to kind of give us a little taste, man. So shout out to Loadmaster here. Again, you guys are killing the chat. Honestly, when I go to other people and I'm explaining what we're doing with LADZ, the amount of engagement we have on the chat is just blowing people away, and they appreciate it and we appreciate it. So we are getting ready to go here. That was the schedule. As far as 3 specific shout outs, Hash Rhymes promoted to new mod within the channel, so shout out to Hash Rhymes. Fishy found his way back to LADZ City. The man was caught in some type of desert storm and he like barely survived, and now he's back, and I think I saw him this morning, so shout out to Fishy there. And then I told myself I wasn't going to say it, but shout out to Deep Wang Jr. for becoming the new miner within LADZ City. Thank you. So that's it for me.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so for everyone who is here, we want to say thank you one more time before we jump into the main topics for the show and cover all the news that we've got for you guys. But most importantly, we do want to ask that you guys hit the like button if you are enjoying the content. And if you haven't already, but you're here, you're hanging out, you're enjoying what's going on, please hit the subscribe. The more subscribers, the better the algorithm likes what we're doing, right? So sharing it, liking it, commenting is a huge boost to the content that we're producing, and we've got some big plans for the content, and we want to continue to grow this network and for it to continue to stay the #1 network in crypto. So thank you guys so much for doing that. We appreciate it. If you've got Twitter, go over there, hit the retweet, tell your followers they need to jump in and get the alpha on what's going on in NFT land for this week. So thank you guys so much, and I think it's probably a good time to go ahead and jump into the news stories.
And this is probably something I've been waiting for all week. We have, and I'm going to make Buffalo roll the awesome clip that he had, but we have one of the first NFT stories that actually is directly related to us. And I can't wait to drop this. So Buffalo's going to drop a little bit of a video here for you guys. It's a little bit of a teaser as we move into a sale that we're launching with Drippies on Friday. Shout out to Florian from the Drippies team there. We have the details finally. I'm going to pull it up on my screen here. Drippies actually is on Twitter. Obviously, as you can see with this pinned tweet, we've got the piece that's going to be available on Friday. We have 30 editions of Florian's series here, this Drippies series and this Drippies verse that he's creating. Obviously, you can see that it's going to be LADZ themed. So this is our first look at the Drippies collab here with the LADZ. This is our first ever official NFT launch. So we're super excited to be working with the Drippie gang here as they start to, continue to move forward. Florian's dropped different Drippies, as you can see here, different Drippie series throughout the course of his launch over the past, I would say, 2 months. Done really well. I think sold out every launch. So me and the team were talking. I don't know if we're going to be able to get our hands on these Drippies, to be honest, because there's only going to be 30. And we'll talk about some of the details here. But what do you got, Ronan?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be fighting some folks for Drippie. So I've already got quite a few of them, and I will. And if you guys get it and you try to get at me on the secondary, we're gonna have some words. Okay, don't try to take advantage of your boy. But I'm getting a Drippie. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna let that one down.
And so again, I think we can talk on this a little bit, but the NFT market as a whole, I think the secondary market has taken a hit. Some of these sales have taken a hit, but Florian's done really well keeping the price, I think, in a relatively good place, as well as selling out all of the pieces and then doing various different drops that go along with the actual sale. So one of the things that's going to come along with, and I'll go to the tweet here, one of the things that's going to come along with this drop out of the 30, one is going to be done via a giveaway on this tweet. So as we can see here, he's got the requirements. You need to follow both of the Twitter profiles. You need to like and retweet. You need to join both Discords, and you're going to be able to get one of these pieces. And then the second one that he alluded to here, the second giveaway, one of these Drippie boxes has 1,000 LADs in it. And these pieces are going to go for, I believe we agreed upon about $220, whatever that ETH price is on that day. That's what we're going to set it to. So about 0.092 ETH at this point. And basically, if you win the 1,000 LADs, you're essentially getting your money back. So that is pretty hot. Thank you for dropping that one, because that is hot. We do have a hot drop here, man. I'm excited. NFTs are something we haven't really experimented with as a community, but it's where we're going. And we're 100% going to lean into that heavily. And I'm excited to work with Drippies and Florian for our first release.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I'm so excited. Florian is an amazing human being. I'm so glad that he ran with the Drippies things, dude. When he showed me that first one, I was like, man, this is something. The quality is top notch. If you check out the packaging and you look at all the art and the graphics that he does on each of these, and it's all custom for the actual drop itself, right? Even the shell casing, right? Is totally different for every drop. I mean, some of them have accessories, some of them are by themselves, and I think it's just an amazing product that will live in the metaverse and be an excellent addition to anyone's collection. But outside of that, I did want to kind of hit some comments in chat. Obviously, the chat is going pretty crazy over that. Lots of congrats to Hash Rhymes for the help. Thank you guys so much for that, because obviously we appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for all the work you do. Congratulations on becoming a mod. But yeah, K-Cart that says that Drippie has a Judge Dredd feel. Orlando says the LADZ brand on the Drippies really puts things into perspective, and I can't agree more. I think seeing the logo, seeing it on that Drippie like that. I mean, check out his chain. Right, the chain, the futuristic armor, his VR headset, the whole thing just has the right feel, right? So, CryptoLander says he's going to cop his first Drippie, and dude, you definitely should. Marty McFly says he loves the Drippie's LADZ drop. So do we, and we are super excited about it.
Yeah, in the future, I think as we start to move into NFTs, as we start to move into, a lot of people have been talking about merch. Certainly, we're going to start to leverage some of these other platforms that already exist, something like a Meta Factory. Salt and Satoshi is another one. Shout out to Magnus there, who brought that to my attention. But leveraging these people who already have the processes set up so that we can launch a really cool NFT, that's exactly what we want to do as we get started. And hopefully you guys get your hands on one of these pieces, because, again, one of them is going to be for the giveaway. So really only 29 of these are going to be bought up. I'm sure Florian has his own community who is going to try to buy some of these because they're part of the Drippieverse, but I don't know how much that leaves for everyone else. We'll see how it goes, but we will be launching that, guys. We'll have Florian on NFT Live on Friday at 2:30 Eastern Standard. He'll press the go live button there at 2:45 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes.
It's going to the moon. It's going to the moon, and I'm going to be fighting people in the metaverse for my damn Drippie.
Yeah, absolutely,
But
man. So go ahead. Go
yeah, I was
ahead.
going to say, we can go ahead and move on to the next one. So the next story up that we've got for you guys is the fact that the New York Stock Exchange announces that they will actually be dropping their first NFTs. So what exactly are they doing, and what exactly is the point there? Well, essentially what we're looking at is they're going to be dropping the NFTs, and these NFTs are actually going to signify the moment when these entities are listed, and it's capturing that moment of becoming listed on the New York Stock Exchange. If you check these out, I'll roll one of these here if the website wants to work. But this is pretty cool. You can actually check out the animation, which I think is really kind of cool. It shows the very first trade. Obviously, it's got the company name and then the list price that they hit the exchange at originally. So obviously, in my opinion, the more NFTs, the better. And I really think that in this case, you're seeing something, I guess you would call it like the old guard, right? Like you're seeing the old guard jump into like this new territory of, digital ownership, and to couple that with that significant moment of being listed on the stock exchange, I think is an excellent experience. And for anyone who's a collector, for anyone, maybe you're really hardcore into Spotify or hey, Coinbase, right? Like yesterday, was probably a good day for that. So I think this is what NFTs are for. This is to capture moments, capture memories, capture emotion, right? Like give true value to like these moments in time that you can like hold forever. So huge thing in my opinion to see something like the New York Stock Exchange jump full in. I mean, we're seeing it all over the place, dude. I heard that Ellen yesterday took a picture live on the show and was like, I'm turning that into an NFT. And I only know that because I'm hoping to help them make it an NFT. So we'll see what happens there. But yes, it is. Every day I have to ask, is this real life? But look, I think it's an excellent thing. How do you feel about that?
No, I feel good. I mean, that we didn't even touch on probably the biggest story that's hit crypto in the past, I would say, ever. I think this is one of the biggest days in crypto's history is Coinbase's listing on NASDAQ. So this is crazy. And the fact that you're kind of bringing this story up on the day that Coinbase gets listed is absolutely crazy. Oh, he's back. Okay. Well, thank God. Thank God for that. But yeah, we do have that listing here on Coinbase. It is Coinbase Day, so I'm sure that they'll kind of hit that as we go forward. So, okay, I will hit the next piece of news really quick. I got Artvatars. So this was brought to my attention. I got to give my girl Hash Rhymes a shout out here as she was trying to bring this to my attention a lot earlier in the week. So we had this kind of drop this morning. There were some issues. I'll get to that here in a second. I'll get into their Discord. But Artvatars basically took, I believe, 60 artists. You had 60 elite global artists. You had 12 different components, and they were AI generated. So as you can see, they had within one NFT, they had multiple artists' work kind of AI generated within that. There was different rarities and such that you could get. And then they put that on a bonding curve. A lot of the community maybe wasn't really appreciating the bonding curve aspect. I know I saw some of the comments in there, but we did have that sale go off earlier today. A lot of people couldn't get in right in the beginning. But, we had that happen. And then based on the bonding curve, we had about 0.3 ETH that it's worth right now. A lot of people were able to get on 0.15. But let me go into the piece really quick. I was able to get 3 myself, but you can kind of see the rarity traits as we see here. So we got the series, we got the rarity levels, scores, and the artists actually that took part in each of those pieces. So that was what went down. I don't know, Ronan, did you have anything that you kind of wanted to hit before I jumped into their Discord to see kind of some of the issues that were part of the sale?
No, I think that the project is a really cool project. It has gotten excellent amount of artists that are involved in it. Some artists that I'm really huge on, including Kitty Bast, which is my favorite. All of you guys know that. I will say that personally, I'm not a fan of the bonding curve, and I think I made that pretty clear. Like when we had the what was that other one that launched by the guys who do that other freaking
Hash masks.
No, not Hashmask. It was the trading cards that they did for the art. I'll remember it later. Anyways, I went into a long tangent about how I thought that project would not like really do well, because when you looked at the bonding curve, it's like the first like 2 tiers were straight, but by the third or fourth tier, you're looking at $1,000, $1,500, and you needed 50 packs to complete a set because there was 150 cards, right? So like, who the hell is gonna buy 50 packs at $1,000 a piece, right? Like, and it's just not realistic, right? So if you're a collector, this is the bane of your existence, right? Like if you're not there on day one, you're not getting a decent deal. And if you're really there to collect like the full set, if it's one of those types of experiences, you gotta be a whale, or you're priced out, right? So I really hope that we see this go the way of like the freaking dinosaur, and bonding curve, sales kind of, fade into obscurity after this.
Yeah, I like the idea of bringing all 60 artists and having that AI generated and making cool art based on those kind of qualities and those features. In real time, I've got the Discord pulled up here so that we can see in real time. The launch was at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had this launch here, and then we had the team immediately come through and said, there's a fatal fetch error that's occurring here, and then you have them kind of coming out and saying it's a Biconomy issue, which I think was just some of the rails to get your Artvatar or Artvatar. So we have kind of that issue there, and then it kind of cleaned up and you were able to get some. And I think most people were able to get involved in that first 0.15 ETH category, and were able to do that. So that, I guess the bigger story here, other than kind of the release and some of the things that we have with the bonding curve, is this was one of the first releases on Matic, or Polygon, if you will. So Polygon was able to kind of reel these guys in, or these guys wanted to launch on Polygon. No gas fees, so that was nice. There were a lot of bridging going on. But you see a lot of these projects, these bigger projects, they're getting people to move from Ethereum to a layer 2 solution. And I think that will only increase as we go forward. We'll only see more NFT projects lure people away from ETH onto their platforms.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, one of the, I always like to look at the positives too. Like obviously, I think they did pretty well for that first tier. Obviously, one of the things that they did hit on was that they were able to. They claimed they were able to eliminate all bot interaction, which is huge in this space because we deal with bots, and that's a worse feeling than missing the first tier, right? So, but it'll be interesting to see where this goes. It doesn't look like anybody's really FOMOing in at the second tier, so I can't imagine the third, fourth, or fifth is going to do very well. Much like rare pizzas, like someone mentioned, which you can't call it it's not necessarily was a flop. They made $500,000 in the first 24 hours, but after that, now they still have 7,000 unsold NFTs. Now I don't know the details of rare pizzas, but I'm not sure if they minted those or how that works, but hopefully not, right? So Marty McFly actually brought up Collective. Exactly, that's the one I was talking about. I could not remember the name of it. It was the Collective. Look at all these artists. They have an amazing Giant Swan, Glass Crane, Hackatow, freaking Javier Aris is one of my favorite. There's Kitty Bast, John Norlander. These are all absolute behemoths in the art space, and that alone isn't pushing the sales itself, which is really an interesting thing to think about, right? It's okay, well, what's going on? And oh gosh, Trent Kuhn is in there too. I love his stuff, dude. So we're gonna see where it goes. I also think on top of it being the tiered whatchamacallit, they're also doing a generative art piece, right? And at this point, how many generative art projects have you seen? I tweeted about it last week, and I was like, please stop with the generative stuff. Stop. Especially if you don't Hashmask did something really cool in that they hid all these traits, and then you realize that there's clans and all this stuff going on, right? But if you're not adding instant utility, if there's not a reason for me to care about the ultra rare trait or the hidden trait that my guy has, what does it matter at this point? It just means you got a randomly generated piece of art that threw together a bunch of stuff, and hopefully it maybe looks decent. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, a lot of these look dope as fuck, but are dope. And
I think you're good.
Yeah. So, all right.
I clicked off on the children not allowed to view this video, so I think we're good. Anyways, I mean, all the points that you raised, definitely good. I think I did some, quick calculations here. So regardless of, all the maybe missteps, although I don't know if I'm going to call them that at this point, they raised 1.7 million. So that was, 5,000, pieces that were sold at 0.15. That is going to be about 750 ETH. And they were able to turn that, obviously if you're doing the calculation, they raised about 1.72 mil. So successful launch by all accounts. I know there were a lot of people that were upset about the bonding curve. But yeah, a lot of cool artists, a lot of great pieces. I was able to, again, snag some. So shout out to anybody that was able to do that within LADZ City. And thank you guys for dropping that alpha and dropping those launches there in the Discord, because it really helps people. There's a lot of stuff going on in crypto right now, man. If you're doing something and a lad pings you about an NBA Top Shot drop that's happening in 10 minutes, that's great. I love that. So there's LADZ City there at the bottom. But that is my piece, Ronan. So I think we have a Christie story, and then we'll fly through the episode as we continue to go along here.
Yeah, definitely. I did want to just point out that Lander did put a post up, or did make a comment, which was if they would have kept it at 0.15 across the board, they would have sold out by now. And not only that, but I mean, instead of sitting on $1 million, they'd be sitting on 4.5, right? So it's like, where do you stop the, that I don't know, the inherent need to make more versus just making enough, right?
Yeah. And let's throw that into the discussion. I think that's a great discussion to have with the lads. Let's throw that in chat. Let us know, would they have been better off if they went 0.15 and see if they sold out? I know that's a big if. I think hash masks is definitely a situation where it was perfectly timed. You had that Blau drop as well, perfectly timed, literally peak of the NFT, that NFT cycle that we just saw. Blau, hash mask. I think there was a couple others that launched in that time period, and they benefited from that. A lot of it is timing. So, yep, the gorillas, great job there.
Yep. All right. So on to our next story for you guys. Obviously, a lot of people know about the fact that Beeple did his drop on Christie's, but I don't know if a lot of people realize that this piece of mail went out, which was basically saying from Noah Davis, who's the AVP of head of crypto art and online sales over at Christie's. Long story short, he says, thank you so much for taking part in this bid. We hope to, or they're going to be doing a private tour of the MoCA, which is the Museum of Crypto Art in the Metaverse. You can scan, blah, blah, blah. But basically he goes on to say, we hope to see you there. And in the meantime, I will be hard at work securing the best NFT drops for your consideration in the near future and beyond. Let me read that again. I will be hard at work securing the best NFT drops. When in the world, at any point last year, would you think that an freaking AVP of Christie's would refer to an NFT drop as something that Christie's was not only like partaking in, but like hosting, right? Like he just used like the vernacular, dude. Like it's not like, oh, I'll be hard at work, with more digital art. Like he said, he's working on securing the best NFT drops. Like Christie's is no chill when it comes to NFTs, and I think it's the right move. And I think that somebody over there stood up and said, look, we can't be the traditional art house anymore. We can't be the one that's 10, 15 years behind technology. We need to lead the way into this next digital age, right? So how do we do that? NFTs. And how do you connect with the NFT community? You use the vernacular, you make sure that, you know what I mean? Like you're doing things that catch attention and that hopefully bring more eyes on the space. So big ups to Christie's. I absolutely love what they're doing. I cannot wait until I can partake in a Christie's NFT drop.
Yeah, I hope they make that supply like 1 million, because that's going to be tough for the little man to get in there, man. All of
little
us.
Man, I don't plan on being a little man for too long, brother. LADZ is going to the moon by 2022, baby.
I love that vibe, man. Our vibe, our tribe. We are going to the moon. SEC. That is. We're not talking about anything, monetarily. Come on now. So I will get on to the next story here.
We can
no,
book
we're
those
literally,
trips now. Yeah,
yeah,
like you can book
got it.
those trips. Like we can totally call SpaceX and book a fucking flight to the moon.
And the token is, there's the utility. It gets you on the ship. You need to
Utility
like swipe.
gets you
Yeah,
on the
there you
rocket, baby.
go. We are skirting around. Okay, I'm done. Okay, before I get into any trouble here, I've got a great piece. I'm gonna have Buffalo actually run a video here for Mist, and it's gonna be a new RPG MMO on Binance Smart Chain. So we're seeing the emergence of NFT gaming, and this, by all accounts, looks like one of the bigger projects that's going to be launching, definitely within the Binance ecosystem when it comes to NFT gaming. That's hot.
Dude.
That's
hot. Dude.
Listen, that was hot. I hope you heard that. Listen, the
Future
RPG,
of gaming.
the RuneScape, I know the graphics were a little rough, but the RuneScape player in me just like shed a tear, like a literal tear. Wow. That was awesome. I went through like all the emotions
awesome.
there.
Yeah, man. I was like, holy crap. Wait, no, wait, really? Oh, pets? I love pets. Oh, mounts? Oh, dude, this is exactly what we've talked about. And we know like it's the future, right? Like you eventually all MMORPGs, all video games are going to NFT, make their assets NFTs. And I think that like getting to see it and getting to like get that like feel inside of you that this is happening. As a gamer, I'm super stoked. Obviously, like that trailer got me super hype. I think that when you think about staking and farming, right? Like it's this concept that like the words kind of make sense, right? But it's like, how do you explain that to someone? How do you get them to understand what exactly you're doing like monetarily? But like throw them in a video game and tell them to go out and actually farm the land or actually go out and mine the crystals, right? Because that's going to make money that is connected to a token, and those tokens are then fed into what you're going to use to buy your armor and your skins and your mounts and your pets, dude.
Yeah,
we're gamifying life, brother.
And listen, like Alien Worlds is kind of putting everybody on notice and saying, listen, the gamification of NFT, just the monetization and the economy of a game within NFTs and the ability to add DeFi into that is a viable product. And we've seen that with their release. So the fact that we have this on Binance Smart Chain, a chain that's known relatively well for what they've been able to produce from a return standpoint within DeFi, I mean, you'd be a fool to kind of say, hey, this isn't going to work out. In fact, you'd be a fool to say this is not going to work out very well. You know, this has the potential to be, and, you know, do your own research, but alien worlds on Binance. You know, you have the ability to have this open world where you have assets and you can stake into, you know, some of their DeFi protocols, and it all kind of works together within their platform. Again, Binance Smart Chain is the key here. If they can tap into their DeFi platforms within that system where it allows you to stake NFTs or stake different things to earn, much like you earn TLM on Alien Worlds, they'll probably have their own token, which we'll get to here in a second. You know, that's where we're headed. So you see Steam here. They're using some infrastructure with Unity as well. So NFT games are going to take a little bit longer, but the things that you want to get right off the bat, guys, that I want to get this information to you, is you have a kickpad. I think XPA was saying that there are some, you know, regulations around what they can do with this sale, but you do have the MIST token. Do your own research, but this is not open to United States, North Korea, and Iran. So what a triumvirate there we have in the residential regulations, but you have the ability to take part in this whitelist contest. I think there's winners. There's going to be 350 whitelist spots available, 300 public, 50 reserved, and each spot will be entitled to purchase an equal amount of MIST at private sale allocation terms. Whitelist winners will be selected upon contest and after April 15th. So this is actually going on right now. You can go over to their website and their Twitter to find the details out about this whitelist that will get you into the IDO here. So good luck. It looks like there's oh my God, there are a million. There are 311,513 people waiting for 300 spots. If you get in on that, I didn't know there was any worse luck than Top Shot, but it looks like the MIST IDO whitelist contest is probably the hardest thing to get into in the entire world.
I want to know if one of those 50 spots is reserved for the lads, man. Like, we're going to have to reach out to Binance about that one, brother. You know what something that this actually brings up that I don't know how we missed when we were putting together our stories is that Epic, did you see the news about Epic yesterday? Epic raised $1 billion in funding for their plans of a metaverse. And this is one step closer to like a true metaverse where people will spend their time and they will make it their living playing video games. And it just makes sense, right? Like it's where we're going. We're digital beings at this point. We're moving into the digital age rapidly. And I definitely think that this is part of it. So huge, you know, shout out to Binance. Obviously, the game looks good. I'm looking forward to it. And I think that a lot of people in chat were really hype about that trailer. So, but I think we can go ahead and move on to the next one, right?
Well, we can touch on that. I dropped the link in the description, and there's some people asking about where to actually take part. Again, do your own research. I know Kagi was playing some of these clips here yesterday. He has a couple of videos, so shout out to Kagi. Maybe he got in. I can't confirm or deny, but we will be following this here shortly. I'm sure they'll release some NFTs that are going to be more available to the public than maybe waiting in a 1.2 million person line, which I think accounted to about 70,000 individuals, doing multiple times in that line. So, okay, yeah, we're good.
We'll definitely be doing a deep dive on MIST on NFT Arcade this Friday as well.
Bam, bam. Thank you, man.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that one. So next up we have got for you guys, it is the, as we call it, the worst kept secret in crypto. That is MLB dropping on Wax blockchain. So the alpha here is essentially that MLB is going to be dropping on the Wax blockchain. That's going to be on April 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern. What exactly are the details of this drop? The details are going to be basically that they have 2 card packs that you can purchase. One is going to be $5 That's the standard pack that comes with 6 different cards, and those are going to be there's going to be 50,000 of those packs, and then they're going to have their premium pack. Now the premiums are 45 cards, so it's more like buying a box, and then that is at $100, and there's only going to be 24,090 of those on launch. So, dude, some of these look amazing, like this like the holographic effect. You know what I mean? Like this is excellent. This is honestly, like, I think that they have captured the feel of physical cards and really done a good job on translating that to digital. Obviously being the first, digital, I'm sorry, not the first digital, but the first NFT version of MLB on the blockchain is a huge opportunity to see more, like NFL. Obviously we've got the NBA, we can look at NHL, things like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this does. I hope it does well, because I think that the MLB is an excellent IP for digital trading cards for sure.
Absolutely. And shout out to Jassy, shout out to Jason there over at Wax. They're doing a great job. We're locking in the details to have them on NFT Live. And obviously there's some things that go along with that. If you were privy on Street Fighter, you know that we had some things go on with that drop as well, where we were able to kind of give some things out to the lads. So if we can get that deal locked in, we are ready to roll. Again, we do have a lot of the cards here that Ronan was talking about. I'm going to go over some details as well, but look at this event exclusive, Ronan. I was talking about this when it came out. Event exclusive, what do you think that means? Because it doesn't say, standard. It doesn't say your percentage chance. It doesn't do a lot of these. But what do you think maybe an event exclusive gets you access to?
Right. Yeah. I'm thinking that may end up being, now the question is it like an event exclusive as in it'll be tied to an event, or it will get you access to an event, right?
Ooh, what? That is a good question. I was thinking maybe access to an event. So if you actually were able to get this Javier Baez, maybe that gets you access to a Cubbies game, or maybe the All-Star game is a lot of times they do a lot of these drops to get people access to All-Star games. I want to give a shout out to the team as well with the way that they've been burning and the way they've been working their drops as far as they're kind of experimenting, right? We talked with Jason at length with what they were going to do with Street Fighter. There was a lot of burn mechanics that went along with the Street Fighter drop. So you'll definitely see the ability to maybe pair 5 guys on a team together, or maybe 5 of the same individuals to get better cards essentially. So they've been doing a lot with that. And then the last thing I'll touch on as it relates to this without comments, the standard pack is going to be for $5. There's 50,000 of those, so 250,000 is going to be raised if they sell those out. If they sell out all of the packs, which I think most of us believe that MLB is a pretty surefire hit for Wax here, 2.4 milli is going to be the drop in the amount raised by Wax here. So going back to that. Those drops right here, if they sell out both standard and premium packs, they're going to stand to raise about 275 or 2.75 million here in this drop. So shout out to the Wax team. It looks like they're caking a little bit.
Yep. So, okay, I think I figured out the event exclusive, by the way. I think the event exclusive is actually just going to be awarded for the burn event. Right. So they have this burn event, and the burn event is going to be a 5-week long event where you have the chance to receive an exclusive Topps 1952 cards of their favorite modern players. So essentially, I think what that means is that any of the cards above the event exclusive are going to be in the packs, and then you're going to have to burn 5 of those to get the event exclusive 1952 like remake of the current player. So at least that's the way I think. That's the way this burn to earn kind of thing reads, and it does say 5-week long event. So I would imagine, and it does match the graphic there as well. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be the burn event prize is going to be burn 5, and you get one of these cool 1952 cards. Got
it. Okay, we have a bunch of comments coming through about this drop. Scott Harris is in the chat. He's always taking part in the wax sales. He's usually in the lounge taking part in those wax sales. So shout out to Scott there. We've got, let's see, Expo saying they're going to break the system. They're going to break a broken system at that. So we'll see if there's any type of like sale day, kind of palooza there that we've had on Wax for mostly every drop that sells out. James Jafal saying hold your MLB packs for a decade, then take a trip to the moon. We have some credit card comments. In my opinion, Wax is doing a great job bringing in these IPs. It's not showing in the token price, but I think they're doing an awesome job. Maybe some of that has to do with a lot of these drops being on credit card. There's not people trying, although it's hard to buy Wax. That's a whole nother conversation. But not many people are coming in trying to buy Wax to then buy these cards. It's all coming in from fiat to the actual team. I would love to see some type of tokenomics associated with these, where these big MLB type drops affects the token in some type of financial way. So
yeah, I'm really surprised that they haven't implemented something, especially with the token price of Wax being, kind of stagnant for such a long time. I mean, obviously we did see a little bit of a pump, and unfortunately that pump took place about 4 days after I cashed out all my Wax, but it is what it is. And I do think that, if you go out there and you say, hey, we're dropping 5% of all these credit card sales into the Wax ecosystem, I mean, I think that you see an uptick. I think that people can understand that, like, now you are giving back. That's not 100% being captured by an entity and the business. It's going back into the token. It's going back to the community. I think that's a big part of like the decentralized nature of what we're doing. So obviously huge ups to Wax and for locking in these IPs and bringing them to the blockchain experience. But I'm ready to see like what Wax is going to do for their token holders.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we've got some other comments. Small Town Cowboy wants you to say burn again, please. And James Jafal is saying, yeah, Wax needs a major listing. So not really sure what STC's on about tonight. There's some, I don't know if you want to say burn one time, Ronan.
Burn.
Okay. Ronan's going to launch a new show here in LADZ City. It's going to be ASMR for all of those that need help sleeping on the late night. All right, so I will get to the next story here. Speaking of somebody that's absolutely been making a killing, we have the Sandbox here. So the Sandbox land sale was set to launch, I believe, this morning. They didn't sell out everything because that sale is still going on, but they sold out all of the initial pieces here. So I'm going to kind of take us through the Twitter here, and then I'm going to take us into a Sebastian tweet that is going to kind of talk about the success of the sale there. So let me see if I can't scroll down a little bit. We have Sebastian's tweet here. In the live stats from this sale. So $2.6 million raised here in the sale. You can see a visual here. There's a video showing all of the lands being bought up. Everything's moving essentially from kind of being yellow as we see the sale open. Going to go back one more time. Sales open, and we see all of the purple pieces or states, parcels, whatever you're going to feel comfortable calling them, are being bought up here. But interesting to see the parts that are being bought up the most. We see some of these middle pieces. I think this middle piece, this large area, filled up almost immediately, while we still have some yellows on the fringes, being kind of left out for sale here. There's, I think, the parcels here that are being sold on OpenSea, and that's where the auction is primarily being held right now, past the actual sale that happened on their website. That auction is going for, I believe, there's some being sold for like 2x of what they're being bought up for from this land sale. So again, $2.6 million raised. Can't wait for season 0 to come here from the Sandbox team. But they're selling land. They're selling a bunch of estates. I'm going to look, while I get Ronan's comments here, to go into their actual physical map so that we can see kind of the entire ecosystem that's being built out in Sandbox. If they can execute what Sandbox is doing based on this map that I'm about to show you, is amazing. I mean, they just really have to execute at this point. So, Ronan, what do you think about this Sandbox while I pull it up, the Sandbox sale, and kind of what they're doing in their ecosystem there?
I think it's excellent. Huge fan of Sandbox. Obviously, like I personally have invested. I know that like a lot of the lads have got picked up land. My mom owns a couple of parcels of land. And to see that image, right? To see that kind of land sale go on and to see like all the land get snatched up is such a cool feeling, because it's like, okay, like I'm investing in this thing that is definitely there and it exists and people are interested. And it's the metaverse, man. And so I'm super excited about it. Obviously, there's some massive plots out there, and it seems like most of the people who pick up land are picking up those spots next to those huge parcels, like the Pranksy and the Whaleshark and the Atari and Roller Coaster Tycoon and all that good stuff. So looking forward to it. Obviously, I can't wait for that to start opening up to where you can actually have, a real metaverse and go from one parcel to the next and visit your friends and all that great stuff. So huge shout out to the Sandbox team. I think they're doing an excellent job.
I hope you guys understand the actual scale at which Sandbox is trying to build this. Each one of these little small parcels is gigantic. It's as big as a district in Cryptovoxels. So one of these small parcels here is as big as an entire district in Cryptovoxels. Look at what they're doing here, specifically on the Genesis Island. So we have this, I guess Genesis Island was over here, but the Atari, and it looks like Whaleshark. We just see a lot of parcels being eaten up in this area, and this seems to be kind of the most popular kind of area. I'm showing a little bit of my own community here as we can kind of zoom in here. We even have the old Layer 1 logo right here next to Atari. Buff, I don't know if do you still have your piece over here? Is this you?
Tight, man. I ain't giving up that spot. That's good real estate right there next to Atari.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. And we have one more next to Tycoon. I know if you guys were listening in on Friday, this used to be beachfront water estate before they actually had the sale that's occurring right now. They kind of like popped up, but I thought I had some beachfront next to Roller Coaster Tycoon. But we have two pieces in the Sandbox. We'll see where that goes. But the scale at which they're building right now, if they can execute, again, there's not a game out right now. It's been land sales where they're accumulating this gigantic universe of people buying up, but not many playable lands up until this point. So shout out to Sandbox. Look. It's a visualization of what they've accomplished. That's amazing, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree, dude. When we finally see this come to fruition, it's going to be so freaking dope.
Yeah. I'm standing a little bit for the Sandbox guys. We have guys building in the Uplift world. I really like what they're doing with bringing LADZ City to life. What we want to do with that group, and Buffalo's talked about it multiple times, we want to take that group that's building in Uplift and move them into the Sandbox and get part of that Game Maker Fund, all that goes along with it, so we can build in multiple metaverses. So shout out to Sebastian and team. And there were some NFTs that went along with this sale as well. That's the last thing I'll touch on here. So as I come in, sales open for 6 hours. You can see the other pieces that you can get along with this sale. So again, shout out to Sandbox. You guys are building something crazy. And shout out to Yacht Sue as well. You're absolutely killing it.
Definitely. So next up, what we have got for you guys is the best story in crypto going right now, and that is that Paris Hilton has announced her 4 NFTs are dropping in collaboration with Blake Catherine. It's hot. I definitely think that this is huge news. Never in a million years would I think that I would fully support something that Paris Hilton was doing in this space. However, I do have to say that for all the celebrities and all the IPs and brands and people who kind of jumped in over the last 2 months and tried to, money grab, Paris hasn't gone about it that way. She's been part of the community. She has obviously, she did an interview with the Whale crew. She is obviously working very closely with Whaleshark on these drops and on this experience. And I think that, this is just what you want to see when someone comes to the space who holds as much weight as she does, right? Like I think that you have someone come in and partner with an artist who is existing and kind of working in collaboration with them so closely is an excellent thing to see. You know, I can tell you from the conversations that I've had with some brands and some artists and musicians, they're not all open to approaching the scene this way, despite the fact that they're technically the newbies and they're not the celebrities in the space, right? But when you tell them that, you know, hey, yeah, if you want to collaborate with somebody in the space like Few or you know, Victor or, you know, any of these huge artists, you're going to have to give up 50% of that profit because your name is not what's going to bring in the sales. It's going to be the crypto artist, right? So, see her come in to share the spotlight, to do the collaboration, to like do it the right way, to spend time on Clubhouse and Twitter and in the Discords. She's not just on Whale, she's in multiple Discords. We just got to get her over here in LADZ City, right? So, but honestly, you know, it's definitely not something that I ever thought I would say, but big ups to Paris for coming at the scene in the right way and doing it in the way that I think that NFTs deserve. So, you know, am I going to pick one up? Probably not. But, you know, I think that anyone who's interested, you should definitely support because I think that we would like to see more people of her stature come into the space and do it the right way.
Yeah, nice video roll there as we're talking about this buff. You can kind of see Paris with the artist that's going to be participating with her on this drop and kind of see the creation process. So definitely, I probably echo all of your sentiments here. There's been debates on what it is to be an NFT OG or crypto OG. I know Coin Artist was throwing her hat in the ring saying, you know, this is what it would take to be an NFT OG. But she is doing it right. I know there's a ton of people that are like Paris Hilton is like not a person who is an OG, knows anything about this. But then you hear her talk about this and you're like, wow, she's going to the right people. She's going to Whaleshark. She's not going to one of these kind of individuals that's kind of saying that they're an NFT OG, hasn't been in the space for that long and things like that. She's going to the people that know a lot about this, and she's talking about this buffs on. I somehow made my way to the birthday page of Paris Hilton, so I'm going to be here, guys. Lindsay, I'm not turning on you. You're still my one and only. As we see more podcasts, we're really getting deep here, guys, on NFT Live. But one thing I do want to give a shout out to really quick is the Whaleshark community. Adidas was dropping in LADZ City that they did have her in for an interview. So, Buff, if you have that piece, we'll hear her actually talking really eloquently about her drop in the NFT space in general. I think she was dropping metaverse terminology and stuff like that. I was very impressed. So if we have that, let's go ahead and roll her interview with the Whaleshark team.
You really decide that you were going forward with your NFT launch. Can you share some details about the drop and what will be available?
I decided a few months ago that I wanted to do this drop, and I've really just been being a student of the game, learning everything there is to learn, speaking to leaders in the space like Whaleshark, who's been my mentor and has been so incredible, and so many other people in the space who have just been so kind and brilliant and inspiring. And that's why I'm so excited about this drop and leaning into female empowerment. And that's why I chose a female artist, Blake Catherine. She is incredible. I've been a fan of her for a very long time. So when we were coming up with who I wanted to do this with, she was the perfect fit. And I think just working with her has been amazing. And we're having the drop on April 17th on Nifty Gateway. And it's just been an amazing process working together. And I'm so excited for everyone to see this art. It is just incredible. It's really beautiful. And really each piece has a story that relates back to my life. And I think everyone's really going to enjoy seeing them.
Bam. We have like Sir Puggington the third there, or maybe sixth. We talked about this a little while before the episode. Those dogs, I mean, she has to be on like her fifth mini pug dog here by the end. But honestly, man, and Tigbo just hit us with some information saying Paris was an early investor in ETH. So bigger OG than a lot of us here, actually. If that's true, and she was an early investor in ETH around that 2014 time, holy crap. you know, we almost have to like kind of bow down a little bit. If you're a 2014 early ETH investor, shout out to yourself. I know we have some in LADZ City. Wow, that is awesome and great to see a celebrity doing it the right way. So shout out to Whaleshark as well. Yep. Exactly. Okay, we are at about an hour and 5 minutes in. I'm going to touch on the last piece before we get out of here. Cryptovoxels is building away. Ben's doing a great job over there. And there looks to be a new island. And the sale is going on right now, actually. An island far, far away. As we go into the tweet and we go into this image, we can see like the main island here, Genesis City, and then or Origin City, and then we have all of these smaller islands that popped up: Tokyo, Proxima, San Francisco, and then we have about I think they said about 5,000 parcels away. We have about a far, far away, and that auction actually is going on right now. I'll see if I can bring that up for you guys if NFT Plaza's linked out. Yep, we can see that on OpenSea these are being sold right now for about 1.3 ETH. Let's see if we can't. And I know Buff loves when I do this. Let's see if we can't go out to Cryptovoxels and see what the hell is this looking like in real time. Let's see if we can't get into Cryptovoxels a little bit. All right, so these are all being bid on at one time. It looks like just one large island. It looks like there's a room for much more, so there might be more sales here in the future. And then we see obviously the fall off here for this island far, far away. So that is happening. Cryptovoxels is building, and it looks like if you want to be on this exclusive island, you can go ahead and bid on that at the tune of about 3 Gs. So that's the last piece of news, guys, that we have here for NFTs this week. We're going to have NFT Live on Friday as well. But thanks for kind of sticking along with us to go kind of through the metaverse, through all these NFT stories. And you guys killed it in chat, as always, man.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Stamina. I am definitely interested. I'm going to be taking a look at some of those parcels as well. I think that Cryptovoxels is super, super cool. It's the most functional of the metaverses right now. Excuse me. And I think that, you know, for someone who wants to host an event or go in and you know, post up their NFTs in their gallery and display them, Cryptovoxels is an excellent metaverse for that.
Absolutely, man. So we are going to continue to bring you content this week. Again, we have Easy Street tomorrow. He is going to be dropping announcements there. We have LADZ Poker that is happening on Friday. We have LADZ City Radio. We have NFT Arcade, which Buff was talking about. Buff, do you want to hit them with anything as far as LADZ Day is concerned that we have here on Friday coming up?
Yeah, there'll be a schedule change. So it'll start out with NFT Live, and then we will go into NFT Arcade, and then we will wrap Friday LADZ Day with LADZ City Radio. We'll go for at least 2 hours, maybe for 24 hours. To be determined.
You put that out there, man, and the lads are gonna start like when every time you say you're ready to log off, they're gonna be like, "I thought we were going for 24, Buff." So thank you guys to everybody who's been here. You guys have been amazing, and we appreciate you so much. I will add one more thing. If we've got any lads who are out in Sunshine State and hanging out in LA near the West Hollywood area, I'll be there Friday through Tuesday. Hit me up in a DM. I'd love to shake hands and throw around some big hugs. So, got anything before we cut out, buddy?
No, I wish we had the audio here for my video, but this looks like a live shot of all of us trying to keep up with crypto right now, Buff. We've got ourselves right there. Yeah, we're good. The Interstellar theme is playing in the background, so if you guys have the ability. Okay, all right, we're going for a ride. All right, there's a lot of announcements. NFT Live's keeping me up to date. Oh,
NFT Live.
Okay.
NFT Live.
Not happening.
I got it. We're good. No, I totally know what's happening right now in crypto. I can keep up with all of it. That's how we all feel, right? It's like, I can do it. I can keep up with everything. And then all of a sudden it's like, good luck, brother. Interstellar meme squirrel. Oh, and then it's done. That's what I feel like at the end of a day, a long day talking about NFTs and trying to keep up. Exactly. So you guys know what it is. It is our vibe, our tribe. We'll catch you next week. Or Friday. We'll see Friday.
Later, guys.
the top.
Thank you, lads.